The brothers are working together, sharing information and strategies to bring Nikki home. They are determined to leave no stone unturned to follow every lead, no matter how small. As they continue their search, they receive a cryptic message from an unknown number. Look closer to home. His mind focused on the mission ahead. Let's do this, GGS says, his voice low and even. The crew nods, and they move towards the warehouse entrance, ready to take on whatever lies within. GGS steps into the warehouse, his eyes adjusting to the dim lighting. The air is thick with the smell of grease and metal. He sees rows of machinery and crates of ammunition stacked up, casting long shadows across the floor. A figure emerges from the darkness, a towering man with a menacing scar above his left eyebrow. He is dressed in black, with a gold chain glinting around his neck. This is the Goon, GGS's contact for the mission. The Goon nods at GGS, his expression unreadable. "You're the one they call GGS," he says in a deep, gravelly voice. "I have heard a lot about you." GGS nods back, his eyes locked on the Goon. "And you are?" "I am the one who is going to help you take down Detective James," the Goon replies, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. "My name is Grizz. I have got the gear and the muscle you need for this job." GGS eyes Grizz warily, sizing him up. He knows that in this world, you cannot always trust people at face value. But he also knows that he needs Grizz's help if he is going to succeed in his mission. The air in the warehouse grows thick with tension as GGS's eyes burn with a fierce determination. He has gathered his family members and allies for a single purpose: to take down Detective James and his goons. The detective's crimes are numerous and heinous. He has harmed almost everyone in the warehouse, leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. Family members have been murdered, extorted, and jailed. Women have been raped, and innocent people have been shot. He has even planted drugs on people, framing them for crimes they'd not commit. But that's not all. Detective James has also exploited the vulnerable, using crackheads to set up drug dealers and feeding the addiction of dope fiends in the community. He has even gone so far as to impregnate multiple women who are dope addicts, leaving a legacy of suffering and pain. GGS's family and allies are determined to put an end to Detective James's reign of terror. They are armed and ready, their hearts fueled by a desire for justice and revenge. "We take him down together," GGS declares, his voice steady and resolute. The warehouse erupts in a chorus of agreement, the air electric with anticipation. The room falls silent as GGS's words hang in the air. His family and allies were ready to charge into battle, fueled by rage and a desire for revenge. But GGS's cautionary words bring them back to reality. "Hold up, everyone," GGS says, his voice firm but measured. "We can't do this like a wild gang. We are dealing with a police force, not some street thugs. We need to move strategically, plan accordingly, and take them down one by one." The room erupts into a mixture of nods and murmurs of agreement. GGS's family and allies know he is right. They cannot afford to rush into battle without a solid plan. "But why, GGS?" Vic asks, his voice laced with frustration. "We know Detective James is behind Nikki's disappearance. We should take him down now." GGS's expression turns grim. "Because Vic, we do not know if Nikki is dead or alive. We need to find out before we make our move. If we rush in without a plan, we risk losing her forever. We need to be smart, not reckless." The room falls silent once more as GGS's words sink in. His family and allies nod in agreement, determination etched on their faces. They will find Nikki, no matter what it takes. The crew member's words hang in the air like a bombshell. GGS's eyes widen in shock as he repeats the name, Luna ? Rich, the crew member, nods solemnly. "Yes, Luna. I saw her pull up in her car and hand Detective James's wife a black purse. And then the cop car drove by and..." GGS's mind is racing. Luna? What is she doing involved with Detective James? And what is with the black purse? He feels like he has been punched in the gut. The room falls silent with all eyes on GGS. His brothers and crew members wait for his reaction, sensing the gravity of the situation. GGS takes a deep breath, trying to process the information. He looks at Rich, his eyes narrowing. "Tell me everything. Every detail." Rich nods, launching into a detailed account of what he saw. GGS listens intently, his mind racing with possibilities and questions. The crew members exchange curious glances, unaware of the secret conversation between GGS and Luna. They continue to discuss the new information, trying to piece together the puzzle. GGS listens intently, his expression neutral, but his mind racing with thoughts of his conversation with Luna. He wonders if he should share this information with his crew, but decides to keep it hidden for now. Rich, the crew member who provided the new intel, looks at GGS with a serious expression. "GGS, what do you think is going on with Detective James and Luna? Why would she be involved with him?" GGS shrugs, trying to appear nonchalant. "I do not know, Rich, but we need to find out. Let's keep digging and see what else we can uncover." The crew nods in agreement, and the discussion continues. But GGS's secret conversation with Luna remains hidden, a ticking time bomb waiting to be revealed. The crew files out of the warehouse, their eyes fixed on the night ahead. They are determined to watch Detective James's goons' every move, to gather intelligence and plan their next strike. GGS leads the way, his brothers and crew members falling in behind him. They move swiftly and silently, their footsteps echoing off the warehouse walls. As they emerge onto the streets, they are greeted by the glow of streetlights and the hum of distant traffic. GGS nods to his crew, and they fan out, taking up positions to watch the surrounding area. Their target is a known drug house, one of Detective James's illicit operations. The crew has received intel that the detective's goons will be making a pickup tonight, and they aim to disrupt the operation. GGS gives a hand signal, and his crew moves in. They approach the drug house, their eyes scanning the perimeter for any signs of guards or lookouts. Suddenly, a figure emerges from the shadows. It is one of Detective James's goons, a burly man with a scruffy beard. "Hey, what's going on here?" the goon growls, eyeing GGS and his crew. GGS smirks, his hand resting on his hip. "Just here to collect a debt. For services rendered." The goon snorts. "You think you can take on Detective James? You are just a bunch of punks." Smile widens. "Oh, we are not just punks. We are the ones who are going to take him down." With that, GGS gives a nod, and his crew springs into action. They overwhelm the goon, taking him down swiftly and silently. The drug house lies vulnerable, its secrets waiting to be uncovered. The warehouse lies in shambles, the aftermath of a brutal battle. GGS and his crew stand victorious, but the cost is evident. The air is thick with the smell of blood and sweat. 20 of Detective James's goons lie dead, their bodies strewn across the floor. GGS's crew moves cautiously, securing the perimeter and ensuring no one else is hiding. As they search the warehouse, they stumble upon a treasure trove of illicit goods. Stacks of cash totaling $80 million sit atop crates of contraband. The crew's eyes widen as they realize the scope of Detective James's operation. 5,000 pounds of marijuana and 50,000 kilograms of cocaine are discovered, hidden behind false walls and secret compartments. The crew exchanges stunned glances, aware of the devastating impact these substances could have on their community. GGS's expression turns grim. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Detective James has been playing us all along, using his badge to protect his empire. The crew nods in agreement, their anger and determination growing. They know they must take down Detective James and dismantle his operation, no matter the cost. As Grant stands amidst the spoils of Detective James's operation, he surveys the scene with a mix of emotions. Pride and satisfaction at the successful takedown, but also concern for the well-being of his sister Nikki and the community that has been ravaged by the detective's corruption. Grant's crew looks up to him, awaiting his next move. They know that with the detective's operation dismantled, they have struck a significant blow against corruption in the city. But they also know that there is still much work to be done to bring justice to those affected.